when starting Destination, after just the initial conversation, I went back to my studio and we sat down and we discussed what should a beam seating project be today? What makes it different to all the other products on the market? And so the first thing that's changed really is over the last 10 or 15 years, the way we behave has changed. And that's, I guess, a lot of it is due to mobile technology, your mobile phones and your laptops. Like our lives are just based around these gadgets that we have. So we thought, how do we support this new way of life where you jump in, you open your laptop up, or you send an email, you make a phone call, and you charge. So the kind of three main things that we considered were you need a little bit of privacy. So even in a public space, if you're making a phone call, you don't want somebody sat next to you listening directly, and even if you're sat there, you don't want to necessarily listen to the person next to you. Also, if you're turning up and you've got a couple of hours to spend, you might want to get your laptop out. In that case, you don't necessarily want it for 2 hours or an hour on your lap. You'd like a little support. And another aspect to the whole thing was, which was a result of this, was the fact that you needed to charge your object. So everything, when you turn up, usually you turn up and you go, okay, get the phone out and you go 25% to charge. Oh, damn it. I'm going to go to my meeting, and by the time I get there, my charger. So you're looking for somewhere to plug your phone in, looking for somewhere to plug your laptop into. That's the first thing for the majority of people that you come up with. I actually, at one time, I went to an airport and I unplugged a Christmas tree to plug my laptop in. It didn't go down very well, but it's something that you have to do sometimes, you know. So we decided that one of the main things that we needed to do with Destination was integrate power. So to make a difference with our product to other products is that other products on the market, they had kind of add-ons and bolt-ons, but we wanted to integrate that from the very start of the project, that it had to be, that we could have power for every seat, any seat and every seat, in any situation, that you could charge your laptop and you could charge your phone. Secondly was the screens, and the screens came about, like I've mentioned, that you sit down and you don't necessarily, if you get your laptop out, you don't necessarily want somebody to be able to read your emails, or if you're having a quick call, you don't want somebody to hear. So it seemed very logical to integrate some screens into the system. It's more complicated than you'd think to put the screens in, because in an airport scenario, people want, or the security people in an airport need to be able to see the heads of people. So you had to allow for a certain amount of vision looking through the airport, but at the same time give the right amount of privacy. So, and also if you're in an airport, you don't want to have too much privacy, you want to have just the right amount of privacy. So we spent a lot of time developing the height of the screen, believe it or not. It was, you know, we had this adjustable thing that you could bring down here, and then put a smaller person in, lower it, raise it. How did they feel? Till we found the level that we thought was the correct level for the screens. If you go into a public space and you sit down, whether you're on your own, whether you're with a friend, whether you're with a business colleague, whether you're within a group, sitting just next to each other and looking forward didn't seem so relevant today like it used to be. Now you need to be able to kind of turn to the person next to you. And so we developed, well, we spent a lot of time, and you wouldn't even know this from the product, but you can just use it in this way. But we developed what you call a quarter turn, that you can sit in and you can turn like this. So if you've got, say if there's two seats, one next to the other, and you've got a high table in between, you can do the turn, and when you sit in it, you've still got a correct support for your back, as if you were there, because it's scooped out in a certain way that allows for the quarter turn. So if you have the table here, and you have somebody sat next to you, you can both be doing the quarter turn. Put some food there. If I was there with my wife, we'd put some food there in between us, and you can eat together and you can discuss. And it's a little bit more social than just, somebody sat there and you kind of like that situation.